Elliot, we trailed by 2 today. How did you see the game?
Um, I saw the game as a team on lots of the football like we normally do. Um, I'm just very aware that I stand here and I say quite a lot how well we've played, and I know people are very critical of that. But I believe in the team. I believe in the group of players. I think we've got a fantastic bunch of men, and I think we played some really, really good football. But ultimately, it's about winning games of football, and that's what we've let ourselves down with again today. So our performance is good. Our quality on the ball at times was not bad. Maybe in the final third could have been a little bit better. Thought second half we did do better. But I think the story for me of our season is we play well, or we dominate the ball and we have lots of possession and we create opportunities. And earlier in the season we scored goals with those opportunities. At the minute we're finding it difficult to score, and we're also finding it difficult to keep a clean sheet. And we give goals. We concede poor goals. I think that's ultimately one of the, not taking anything away from Spennymoor. Well organised side, work hard. Got some good players in the attacking part of the pitch. I thought we handled them reasonably well, but we conceded 2 goals where we're in possession, and all of a sudden the next thing you know, it's in the back of our net, and then again, we're high up the pitch and they counter attack and get in and win a penalty. So we've only got ourselves to blame for results. That's on all of us as players and staff. But performance, yeah, lots of good things. Lots of good things.
And talk us through that first goal. So we lost possession quite close to our own box, and ultimately Spennymoor capitalised on that. How did you see it from where you were
Yeah,
standing?
exactly that. So I think we've got to clear our lines. I think that the difference with decision making, how we want to play, where we want to play, generally is not bad, but we have let ourselves down more than once. It's not just today. It's happened a few times where we are trying to regain control of the ball, and we're trying to play a pass which is maybe not on, and we've had plenty of opportunity to be able to deal with it. But if you look at their, again, I'm not being critical of our back line, but their back line, in terms of very, very solid, very resilient, and made it difficult for our attacking players. I thought we did well with that, but ultimately when we had the ball, the turnover was too easy and too comfortable for them. And yeah, you've got to have an instinct to defend, and one or two today didn't have that. But yeah, it's one of them things. It's a really poor goal from our point of view. They'll be happy. I'm sure they'll say that it's something that they recognise that we play, and they want to try to play high up the pitch and press us. But yeah, disappointing to concede. But we one game left, and we've got to make sure that we go down there on this Saturday, sorry, to win.
And after that first goal, especially in the second half, how do you think the lads reacted?
Yeah, I was a bit worried because it did feel a little bit flat, but to be fair, I think we changed shape back to the familiar diamond, and I think some of our play was good. I think we created chances. I mean, just before their second goal, when the lad breaks for the penalty, I'm not saying it was right before, but if Paul, the keeper's pulled an unbelievable save off Blackie, which is, if you look at the footage back, it's a fantastic bit of football from ourselves. We move the ball, we work the ball, and they're the moments that we've got to do more of. I think sometimes we get bored and we want to play what I call worldly passes. We want to force things. We want to play long passes. Use the shape, use the players, use the quality we've got. And at times that's my frustration that we didn't. For that opportunity with Paul, we did. We moved the ball. Some really good 2 touches, passing and moving, forward runs, created opportunity. Really good ball in, really good header, and it's an outstanding save. So I think that probably was the turning point for ourselves. And it's not easy. We rely on Paul heavily. I mean, Paul's a top player. For me, he's the best player in the division by a mile. I think he's absolutely fantastic. I think he's outstanding. As a centre forward, his link-up play over the last 12 months has improved so much. He's played up front by himself. He's retained the ball. He's held the ball up. He's moved the ball. He scores goals. But if he's not scoring goals for us, we're relying on other people to score goals, and that's where we need to be better.
And the lads looked on the front foot for a lot of the second half until that penalty was given. Do you think that took the sting out of the game for us?
No, I don't. Well, it didn't from 2-0, but I think we kept going, and I think, again, I like to look at things in a positive mindset, and again, I'm more than happy to have a conversation with anybody and people to be as much critical as they want to be critical. Ultimately, I think it's really easy to say we didn't do this, we didn't do that, and I will do that, but I'll not do it. I'll do it in private, and I'll do it, with people that I know and I trust, and I know they'll have good reasons and they'll have good arguments back, and we'll have good debate. But yeah, we've kept going. I, along with all the staff, are very privileged that we see these men virtually every single day, and we know how much it means to them. We know how much it puts in. They have to put in. It's not an easy division. It's really, really not an easy division. And I think the highs that we've had are memories that I think we should all cherish. If I'm brutally honest, I think we've played some really good football early part of the season, and we've scored some fantastic goals. Looking through the goals with the staff again the other day, and our goals are terrific, but the goals we concede are soft and poor, and we need to improve that ultimately.
And just with it being the last home game of the season, would you care to comment on the home support this season?
Fans are brilliant, and yeah, I know there's people there who would be critical, and that's fine. I've got no problem with that. I know that some of our fans might not have enjoyed, as we all haven't, the last few weeks, if not months, with the results. But we're trying, we're working. We've got real sort of a way of doing things. The environment we've all been part of creating is a positive one, and it's a realistic one. And I think the fans home and away are fantastic, and without them we don't operate. Simple as that. And we're really thankful for them for what they do, for getting behind the team, for their understanding. So they're a massive part of the football club, and what the part that they play in, win, lose or draw, is it's really important to us, and we've got to make sure that they continue to get behind us, and they continue to support us, and we'll continue to try to play in a way that I believe football should be played. And then hopefully we'll do some stuff in the summer where we can get players in to help deal with that physicality side of what the division's about.